Yes, sir. And you start to listen to some of the things that these guys have been saying. I don't think their heads in the right spot. Let's put on screen Darius Garland, hear a little bit of what he had to say.
Yeah, I'll say that the refs let us play a lot. So we hit first and see how the refs react instead of being punched in the face and just laying down to it. I think that's the mentality that we have to have is go punch first, see what the refs just have and see what they do, see if they gonna blow the whistle or not. We just set the tone for the game like that. Yeah, I'll say that.
Now, what I don't like the way he phrased that. First of all, this sounds like he's trying to incite violence, bro. This is a basketball game. We ain't it's not UFC. I know the game was on a Saturday, but it wasn't Saturday night and it wasn't in Vegas. So calm down. Talk about we gonna punch first. Say you're gonna be physical, because now the refs are gonna be like, all right, it was a little bit chippy in that first game. We didn't call it extremely tight to start. Now we're gonna have to go above and beyond the call of duty to try and keep this game under control. So I don't really like him using some of that using some of those words. But you can understand where he's coming from because they got babied out there. We showed that we wanted it more. And he's probably in that locker room talking to his guys and saying, hey, we just got manhandled out there on the court and we've got to pick it up. But I don't like the way he phrased it. We got to punch first.
Yeah, well, you can punch first, but like you said, you and I are fighting guys. If you throw a little lazy jab, who gives a shit? I'll take that on my nose while I hit you with my right hand, my left hook to your liver.
Yes, sir.
So he's talking like Holloway with too many shots to the head.
But this is what they're talking about. This is what they're focused on. They need to focus on what they're gonna do to try and get some offense. That's what they need
Brunson
to be talking
say
about.
any of that shit in a post-game post-game interview?
Negative,
man. That's why we love him. He doesn't he takes the ownership, the accountability, and it's like, nah, man. But also what he didn't say is three of the Knicks guys didn't play that good and we still lost.
Yep. Facts. And important guys that are really like Emmanuel Quickly's our spark plug.
Absolutely.
You go into this game and you say Emmanuel Quickly is going to go 0 for 5 and have 3 turnovers, and Tibbs isn't even going to trust him to play him much in the second half. You think that's a game in which we lose, but no, this is a game in which we win by 4, and we were pretty comfortably until there were a couple bonehead plays later on in that quarter that kind of allowed the Cavs to get back in the game. So if this is how this series continues to play on moving forward, I'm pretty comfortable with the guys that we have and the depth that we have, that other guys are going to be able to step up when you have key players not able to play towards their season averages.
Yeah, Bickerstaff, keep playing your guys 43 minutes. Yeah, you may be looking for a job after this series and you lose.
Hey, the GM might be looking for a new job because he went and he sped up that clock. They're quote unquote contenders. No one's looking at the Knicks right now and saying they're championship contenders. Now, if we would have made that trade for Mitch, it would have been a completely different story like the Cavs did. So once again, they're dealing with way more pressure than the Knicks are dealing with right now. And I know people are going to say this is the New York market. There's always going to be some inherent pressure because that's just the nature of the beast. Playing in New York, you understand that there's going to be additional eyeballs, the number one market in the U.S. And, a lot of people like to scrutinize the Knicks a little bit more than other franchises. But you look at what the Cavs did last offseason, that pretty much triggered flipped the switch that their time to win is now. And they also have to show that they can win with Donovan Mitchell in order to keep him when his contract expires. And if they go out there and continue to look the way that they looked in that game 1, then the pressure is just going to continue to ratchet game 2, game 3, game 4, and if needed, game 5. So they're going to have to figure something out over there. For real.
Yeah, because they're saying the same things. Like, man, he couldn't do it in Utah with a Gobert as their defensive anchor. Mm-hmm. And he can't do it here with Jared Allen as their defensive anchor. Same shit.
Forget Jared Allen. They got Evan Mobley, a potential defensive player of the year.
Player of the year. You're right.
And they still can't figure it out. So, and Mobley's got to be a little bit disappointed. No, we talk about our third overall pick in RJ Barrett. You draft a guy like Evan Mobley that high. This is where he's supposed to step up. I said LeVert was their X factor, but you can very well look at Evan Mobley and say he's their X factor. You draft a guy like that, he's supposed to give you some star some star type play. You draft a guy that high in the first round, and for the most part, it seems like the lights are a little bit too bright for him. So if he doesn't get it going, then I don't know if the Cavs have enough offensive firepower to really hang with us, because it's not like, yes, we've been solid offensively, but when we're playing defense as well as we are able to, or as well as we're capable of playing, you need a guy like Evan Mobley to knock down some quality looks, some tough shots here and there, just to, like they say, great offense beats great defense at times. You need a guy like Evan Mobley to showcase that. And if he's not able to do that, where are they going to get their additional scoring from? Levert's bumming it. Garland, for the most part, he wasn't able to take over and dominate and do more than just an average starter. So they need somebody else that's going to really be able to step up alongside Donovan Mitchell. And remains to be seen who that guy is. And the way Garland talking, he better be that guy. Talk about punching people in the face.
Yeah, get that right. Hey, when Mobley came out of USC and we were doing the draft stuff, I said that you can, 7'4" wingspan, 44-inch vertical. My only concern with him was lack of nasty. Some people talked about motor. I was like, I don't know about so much. He's just not a nasty player, and I love nasty players. I think he's going to be fantastic, but he's in a tough position where nasty really comes in handy.
He doesn't feel like he's hungry. Like Hart looks like he's hungry for it.
Exactly. So, and that's a hard thing. Either you're a dog or you're not. And so he's talented, but you saw when the physicality, when there's bodies and Julius on him and so, for a guy like you said, a number 3 draft choice, and him to have 8 points for 13, that's a major. That's not what you're supposed to be doing, son.
Yeah, you're supposed to be able to take over a game. You get drafted that high, and he really hasn't shown that ability. And I know Breen said he's going to be a phenomenal player, but that's why I think they were a little bit too quick to pull a trigger in a deal for Donovan Mitchell. You should have waited until Mobley was able to show that he's able to take over a game as needed. If he's able to showcase that, and you have a guy like Garland coming off an all-star appearance, then you can say, all right, we need that one piece in Donovan Mitchell to bring him in and put that trio together. Right now, you're hoping Evan Mobley can take that jump. And if he doesn't take that jump in time, you may end up losing a guy like Donovan Mitchell. And at that point, you then sacrificed all your assets, and you're really not getting your return on investment.
Uh-huh.